Hello, 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 hello. From wherever you are watching this show, I greet you all. I say thank you to the Lord Almighty who made this day possible. This is AVRIL Talk Show. We have a special topic that we are going to share with my special guest here on the studio, which is the importance of English language in a French-speaking country, case of DRC. For a good understanding, I'm going to repeat it. The importance of English language in a French-speaking country, case of DRC. So today we have also a subtopic, but before telling you my subtopic, let me introduce to you my special guest. Hello, special people.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Thank you.
Can you please guys introduce yourself? Let's start with
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Muzinga Lemfu. I am a teacher of English. I think that would be enough for my introduction today.
good. And
Yeah, okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Behata Mayamba Platini. I'm Congolese. I'm an
Okay.
English language teacher at college and at an English language center.
oh, good. So you said that you are Congolese. I mean, good. I'm Congolese too,
Yeah.
and I think Mr. Muzinga is a Congolese as well.
I am.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Fine. So as I said, today's topic is the importance of English language in a French-speaking country. So as we are all Congolese, so what do you think about the subject? I mean, what do you think about this topic? Please, Mr. Biata.
Okay, I think this topic is really important.
Yeah.
Here we can just instill in people why they have to learn English, like here in DRC. Because, you know, English is considered nowadays as a lingua franca. By there, I mean that it is a language that help people from different backgrounds, like from different origins, to speak, to communicate, to share
Yeah.
ideas. Because we guys in Congo speak Lingala Swahili, people from like Rwanda speak Nyarwanda, people from I can say Nigeria speak Igbo, but English can be that common language that can help us cooperate and
Unite
Yeah, speak,
people.
yeah.
Good. And Mr. Muzinga, what do you think?
I find the subject a little bit tricky because we in a French-speaking country, like
Yeah.
you said it, and it looks to me like it's accusing the fact that French is decreasing in importance. Because, like, why should we learn English in a French-speaking country, in already a country that speaks another language? So that actually shows, like Bihata said, the importance or the value that English has in the world today. And I think, yeah, it's, though we in a French-speaking country, I think English is important and we should talk about actually.
Yeah, we need to talk about, I think so. It's not that we are accusing French to decrease, but it's like we need to unite, like from people from Nigeria that speak English. So if we want to learn their culture and the language that will help us to exchange to each other, it's, I think, English. And I have a subtopic as well.
Okay.
Here in Congo, we speak French, as we said, but in school, at high school, even from kindergarten now, learners are learning English as well. So how can you explain, after completing 6 years of high school and 12 years of primary and high school, and learners comes out without speaking English? How can you explain this? Mr. Biata, please.
Yeah, well, you know, first of all, in linguistics, we have, in applied linguistics, we have language learning and language acquisition. Yeah, those from English-speaking countries, they acquire the language because there is not a systematic way of teaching them English. But here, our students go to school, there is a systematic way, there is a program that the teacher has to follow. And it's like in Nigeria, in South Africa, the structure that the teacher kept for level 6 or 12th grade in South Africa, somebody can use that expression maybe to ask something from a child. And here there is an issue. Most teachers or most schools in our program concentrates, I can say, put emphasis on grammar. Grammar is an academic topic, subject. Because in high school we can use grammar, but in activities, I can say communicatively, if you want to use the grammar. You don't use grammar, you see, like it's in sixth form, 12th grade.
Don't be too scientific, just cut it short. Yeah, make them understand why.
Yeah. Another thing I can say is that you see there is no immersion. Our students come from Chiluba families, Kilingala families. When they leave schools, they go to their respective families where English is not spoken. And at school, some of the teachers, maybe they don't use a lot of activities to immerse them in the language. This is what I can add.
Ah, okay. Yeah. So the same question goes to you, Mr. Muzinga.
I'll almost say the same thing. What Biata means is that, you know, when a child grows, we teach him a language, okay? We teach a child a language without focusing on, you know, the grammar or grammatical structure. We teach him just a language. Nowadays in schools, English is not taught like a language. English is taught like a course, okay? And when you teach subject like English like a course, it's different from people to actually speak it. Plus, English is now like in schools, you teach a language, you teach a class like English for like 50 minutes. What do you think people are going to learn in 15 minutes or within 15 minutes? Whereas you have a whole bunch of time at home where the child has to learn the language, you know, he's waking up, sleeping with the same language.
But 50 minutes for 3 times per week, don't you think is enough?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, as you say, those of overseas, I mean, it's their mother language, they were born with it, their mother speaks it, the father and the family, yeah. But don't you think that there's a way out for Congolese people to learn the language, to make it easy for them?
Of course there is.
Yeah.
That's why we have centers today. We have training centers nowadays.
So you think centers is better than school?
Are we talking in terms of better, or are we talking in terms of programs? What programs do schools provide? Exactly. I think it's in terms of what schools provide, in terms of program, plus what centers provide. It's not bad what schools teach in terms of classes like English, but centers are now focusing more. You know, when you go to centers, when you go to training centers, there's a kind of focus on the English teaching and English learning. And the focus is deepened than it is at schools, because at schools, you know, the purpose is, okay, we have to complete such program set by the government. Yet at school, at centers, the only focus is to let learners speak, okay? So the 100% of focus is on speaking. So they set the program so much so that at the end of the program, you actually get to speaking. That's actually the difference. And that's why nowadays, centers are like a plus to what schools provide like a program for English language teaching and learning.
So, Mr. Biata, can we not use the same program that centers are using at school?
Yeah, why not? Pedagogically speaking, there is no method for centers or methods for schools. Any method can be applied anywhere. You see, at school, the student starts by mathematics. The first 2 hours, mathematics, I can say, hits the brain of the students. And maybe when the English language teacher comes, if the teacher also doesn't apply good techniques, it doesn't have eclecticism, students can find the language boring.
It's what they told them. It's the approach that they have. They've been learned, I mean, they heard that English, it's just a language, we have nothing to do with it, and it doesn't matter. And mathematics can make us in life, you know, is what they told them. I think we need a reset. We need to encourage them, to make them attract to what you are saying, and then they will. How did you learn the language? Tell me.
I think that's why we're here. And the topic of the day clearly like tells us. It's like the importance of English in a French-speaking countries. I started learning English as for me, like in 2005. Back then, I think I got inspired by my English teacher. You know, the one who was like, who taught me English. Is the one who inspired me starting learning English. I was a high schooler back then. I think I personally speaking, and I think Mr. Bihata will not contradict me on that, I went to a training center. That's why from experience, I can tell that, okay, it's good what we learn at school, but it's better to, you know, include the center as well. I learned from a center.
Yeah, because at center, you don't have, you go there for English. And like, there was a center where I learned English, as you said, back in 2005 with our teacher. Yeah, the guy just came with a topic. We debated on the topic. You see, at school, the teacher has to abide by the material forecast and the national syllabus.
Sure.
Because at the completion of high school, students will be asked questions tailored with
based on the program.
Based on the program,
the curriculum,
at the state exam.
Sure.
But they have 6 days per week of going to school. For some, it's 5 days, and they have almost like 6 to 7 hours per day. So what average do you think is suitable for a learner to go to the center? Because he is the whole week at school, then you want to add center's program as well. Don't you think it's too much?
Well, maybe it's too much because in our educational system, when a student majors in scientific or biology and chemistry, there are lots of courses that I think are not also relevant in is a major.
Specific.
Yeah, they are not specific. But we just learn, we want to have general knowledge. But I think 3 days a week, you see, after learning English at school, I can say in the evening, if they can have evening classes, 3 times a week, like 1 hour 30 minutes. Yeah, it can, it is a plus. Yeah. It's going to help students consolidate what the student learned from school.
So about today's topic, do you really think that English is very important nowadays?
Yeah, I think it is. English is very important. If I have to answer this question, I'll go 2 sides. When I started learning English, my side, I thought that I wanted not to be limited, okay, in the entire world, okay? And I knew that English was one of the doors to the world. You know, I like traveling, I like making discoveries. And I realized back then that with English, I had that possibility to, you know, be wherever I want to be. You know, being it in African or in Africa, Asia, Europe, or whatever. I knew that with English, it was possible. You know, the language, the communication would be flowing, okay? And if I have to go to my learner side, most of learners whom I ask the question, are you learning English? The answer was, you know what, I want to succeed in life. So they think that English is one of the ways they can succeed. They can, you know, be successful in life, you know.
So for you, English is the key to success?
I think so. If I have to go by a language is always a key to success, okay? It's not only English, but nowadays, English has proven being universal, okay? And universally spoken. And I think it's one of the keys.
Okay.
But it's not only English, of course. Yeah.
So do you agree that English is the key to success?
Yeah, I agree with that. Because you see, even American people have a program through which they teach students English for free, because they know that with that English, student can change their standard of living. You see, like our country, we have raw materials that attract so many people, and especially those people come from English-speaking countries. When they come here, the medium of I can say conveying message is English language.
English language, yeah.
And English, you know, even when you get an airplane here at Njili Airport, once you take off, they start announcing everything in English. You see, everything is in English. And when you travel for business, you have to speak English because anywhere you can be in the world, at the four corners of the world, if you have English, like you are in Brazil, you can't speak Portuguese. But if you speak English, at least, you will find at least one person that will help you. Maybe buy something or guide you to the train station. Or
Okay.
maybe yes, to the police station.
I get all your points. So I understood that you said and you agree that English is key to success and it opens to the world. Am I right?
Sure.
According to what you say.
Yeah, it opens doors.
Good.
It
yeah.
opens doors.
So,
yes.
what are the special tools to learn English? Are there special tools?
Sure.
Yeah.
There are.
We have just talked about language centers here.
Language centers, yeah.
Apart from that, you know, when you learn in any language in the world, when you learn in languages, like as here we're talking about English, you need to immerse yourself in the language. To immerse yourself in the language is maybe monologuing in English, in that language, listening like you are at home, doing something, anything you do at home. You can play something in English. It means using audio, watching videos, attending English clubs, and I can say talking with people who are advanced in that language more than you.
Okay.
I can say.
Sure.
Do you have something to add?
Well, it's almost everything he said. I usually tell my students that the best way to learn a language is by practicing that language. And as it comes to English, I think to what he said, I'm just going to add that people should watch shows or TV programs like this one, FLL. Why not? For them to, you know, also practice listening. Why not speaking as well? Speaking, yeah.
But I have a question.
Yeah.
Among all the tools that you mentioned,
Yeah.
what about those who are at the village? Can you switch from a vernacular language to English? Are there special dictionary from vernacular from vernacular language to English? This you said about those who lives in the main town like Kinshasa, Lubumbashi, and the big towns. What about those who are in the village? English doesn't concern them. Are they not concerned about English?
Yeah, they are concerned because we have the same we have the same curriculum. Yeah, I think in our villages, students learn English. I know that, yeah, there are concepts when you want to explain them, as they don't have images, pictures, videos. But, you know, when I was a child, my mother taught me some English. But my mother studied. Yes.
Oh, good.
I learned head, shoulders, knees and toes. Knees
Wow.
and toes. Yeah, from my mother. You see, if you don't have videos, you can use songs to help them immerse in the language.
Yeah, yeah.
You can use scenarios like a drama. Yeah, I learned some English in elementary school. Thanks
I
to
mean,
my
the
mother.
question would be,
Yeah.
are there English teachers in those remote areas?
What if they have, families abroad who want to invite them to join them, and they say, just have some training, go for training and learn something, so that you know, be like.
Nowadays, internet is everywhere. Technology is spread.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
in
yeah.
remotes. Last time I was amazed. One of my young brothers came from, he studies down countryside. I asked him if they watch TV. He said, yeah, we still watch it twice like a week, and we even watch Champions League. I was like, wow, you do? He said, yeah, we do. So if at that side they can watch Champions League, which we all watch here in Kinshasa, I think it's still possible for them to learn English as well through YouTube or stuff like. Yeah, technology has expanded, and nowadays with the expansion and spread of technology, nothing is ever impossible. It's possible for them to learn.
So what is your last word to encourage people to learn a language? Because for me, on my point of view, no one can learn a language on the behalf of another. You need to invest, you need to put in yourself. So what, I mean, in 30 seconds, what can you say?
People can still, if I don't know which camera is on me, but people can still imitate other people for them to learn. I told you that my inspiration came from my English teacher, okay? I encourage those who think that English is important today, as the topic says, to imitate those they watch and to learn. Nothing is impossible if only one thinks so. You can learn everything if you think that you can, okay? Nothing is impossible if you think so.
Good.
That's
Mr. Bieta?
Yeah, like you said, nothing is impossible. Yeah, I think as we said earlier, English is the key to open many doors in the world. There are people, I see them in the neighborhood. I want to go, I want to go to America. Maybe I want to play the lottery to go to the United States of America. When you go there without English, you will suffer because you will need somebody to escort you anywhere to help you translate documents. But if you have your English prior to going to the United States or London or I don't know, China or Dubai, you will feel, you will be at ease when you land on those places. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you. To you that's watching us, I would like to tell you that this show, it's not only 100%, will not only be 100% English. We can be bilingual because we are encouraging people to learn the language. So you are all welcome. If you want to join us, there will be a number. You can contact us because we know that English is key to the world and it opens every door. God bless you.